Welcome back. It is Pratipad today, the day after the new moon of the dark fortnight of the month of Kartik, and this day is celebrated as Govardhan Puja and Go Puja. So, we had mentioned earlier that there is an increasing movement across the globe, of which Vandana Shiva, the well known, warrior for an ecological civilization, uh, has also given the clarion call a shift to an ecological civilization from an industrial civilization, seeing the destructiveness that is wrought by the exponential growth of an industrial civilization upon our beautiful blue planet and upon the life support systems on Earth like air, water, soil. Uh, so uh, this so therefore, and of course all the the climate change that is taking place, the destruction, the deforestation, desertification, lack of depletion of water resources, exhaustion of the raw materials that human society actually use for its sustenance and for its so-called development, and given the great difficulties that are faced by a majority uh, in terms of hunger, in terms of lack of employment, and so because of increasing mechanization, and of course with artificial intelligence gradually taking over many of the tasks formerly performed by human beings, employment issues are going to rise, and that will give, and then of course depletion of water resources, which are going to cause because of climate change and other human and other forms of human intervention of industrial man, which is likely to cause major demographic changes from places where there is less water resources to places where they are available, causing again this competition for resources that will lead to conflict and spiraling of conflicts, which and of course all the other sociological issues that are being faced by human society, not least of which is the disintegration of the joint family system, which acted as a cushion for the family in its in its different stages, providing support systems for for families with young children, providing a support system, emotional support system for adults, and of course a very wonderful support system for the elderly. So this has all disintegrated because of an individualistic, atomistic kind of training that industrial man is receiving right from the time throughout its because education is based on providing employment in industries, and this is actually leading to kind of people moving away from the land, and also breakdown of families, not just because of intrinsic family issues, but also because of employment prospects. So then giving rise to further social issues, issues of social security, and the need for secondary institutions to take over the tasks formerly performed very easily by the joint family system. So, and intergenerational living. So you have all these issues of nurses not taking proper care of children, of working families, and then resulting in a lot of conflicted problems for children in their growing up years, and then this extreme competition that is actually having an impact on children psychologically. And then there is like because of this competitive age where just one side is developed without and that is like education for livelihood rather than education for life. And so that has an impact on the psyche of the individual, and therefore, like, there is increasing atomization in society. People are like, the disconnect. There's a disconnect between people. There's a disconnect between families. There's a disconnect in human society. And so it is giving rise to, other social issues like, for working parents, there are like issues that have to be faced where, as far as their children are concerned. And then for the elderly, there is another issue that is being faced. People are increasingly being moved to old age homes and other secondary forms of secondary care, which is not the same as the care that is to be taken by families. If whatever I have read from the manner in which it is working in Western countries is to be one reads about it and then one understands that it is not really working that well for Western countries as well. So therefore, where this kind of thing is more common than in the countries of the East, where families are still kind of not that nuclearized. So, and then there is this, the ecological civilization, an eco-friendly civilization, actually is primarily an agrarian civilization. And coming to the spiritual part of, Govardhan Puja, returning to the topic of, sorry for going off on a tangent again, avatars, and of course Lord Krishna is Swami avatar, but avatars actually come to guide, to warn, to guide, and to show the path for human society, and to enable it to fulfill its obligation to itself, and to the Lord, who is the source of all creation. So so Lord Krishna is what should we say, the ultimate kind of proponent of an ecological civilization, because he is known as Go Brahmana Hitacha. There is this, he's propitiated with this particular mantra, Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitacha Jagat Hitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. So Namo Brahmanya Devaya, I offer my obeisances, I offer my respects to Brahmanya Devaya, the Deva, the Lord of the Brahmins. Go Brahmana Hitacha, who is the well-wisher, Hitayacha, who is the well-wisher of Brahmins, and go is cows, well-wisher of cows and Brahmins. Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmana Hitayacha, who loves Brahmins and cows. Jagat Hitaya, and who is the well-wisher of the entire world. Krishnaya, O Lord Krishna, Govindaya, Govinda, the Lord of cows. Namo Namaha, again I offer obeisances to you. All glories to you. So in this prayer itself encapsulates what is beloved for Lord Krishna, and he loves Brahmins and the cows. Now, when you talk, and then he's also the lover of the, he loves, and he's a well-wisher of the entire world. So because he is the creator, he is its creator. When we create something, we love our creation. And uh, a parent loves the children. And when one actually makes something, is responsible for building something, we love that, whether it's an institution or it's a creative product. So so Lord Krishna, he's the Jagat Hitaya, he's the well-wisher of the entire world. And being the well-wisher of the entire world, he understands that the well-being and welfare of the world depends on brahmanas and the cows. Brahmanas, not the caste system. When we're talking about Brahmanical culture, we're not talking about the Shastras, and we are told, is not talking about the caste Brahmins, but a culture which is led and guided by Brahmins who are intrinsically, have these intrinsic attitudes and aptitudes of Brahmin, who have Brahma Gyan. That is why we have the word Brahmin, those who have Brahma Gyan. And who can have Brahma Gyan? That is explained in the Bhagavad Gita in the 18th chapter. So a Brahmin is not a Brahmin just because one is born in a family of Brahmins. Brahmin is a Brahmin only if he has certain qualities which are mentioned in the 18th chapter of the of the Bhagavad Gita. 42 says these are the qualities of Brahman that qualifies one to be a Brahmin. I mean, one has to have Brahma Gyan, but who can acquire Brahma Gyan and then disseminate it for the welfare of the entire human civilization and the welfare of the world. Shamo damas tapa shocham kshantir arjavam evacha jnanam vijnanam astikyam brahma karma svabhavacham. So peacefulness, self-control, austerity, purity, that is not just external purity, but purity of the heart and the mind, tolerance, honesty, knowledge, wisdom, and religiousness. These are the natural qualities by which the Brahmana is identified and work. And then this is given in short, and then it is given in detail, apparently, in the Bhagavad Purana. So, and then we are talking of cows. So before this is verse 42 and 41, it is said, Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudranam Cha Parantapa Karmani Pravibhaktani Swabhava Prabhavir Gune. Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, and Shudras. That is the social system devised by Lord Krishna. That is the natural social system. They are distinguished by the qualities born of their own natures in accordance with the material modes, O chastiser of the enemy. So they are not like artificial classifications. They are classifications by the qualities which are born of their own natures, their characteristics, their psychological attitudes and physical, psychological attitudes and aptitudes, and physical constitution, physiological constitution. That is what actually classifies. And then, so these are the Brahmanas. And the Shatrias. Who are the Shatrias? They are people with, I'll just read the translation: heroism, power, determination, resourcefulness, courage in battle, generosity, and leadership. These are the natural qualities of Shatrias. And the qualities of Vaishyas, they are like Krishi, Goraksha, Vanijyam. That is farming, cow protection, and business. They are the natural, they are people who have a natural propensity for this. They are Vaishyas. So this is important. We're talking about cow protection. And the Lord here is saying 5,000 years ago, just to kind of highlight the fact that this was said 5,000 years ago, before the onset of Kali Yuga, before the other religions, actually some of the religions which are extant today, came into being. Christianity 2021 years ago, and then the other religions, they're like Buddhism 2,500 years ago. So these are like 2,000 plus years, the other religions which are there today. So this is not it's not a sectarian. So just to underline that this is, Goraksha is not sectarian. It is given here in the Bhagavad Gita itself in 44. Krishi Goraksha Vanijyam. These are the qualities of Vaishyas. Why Goraksha and why Go Puja? Goraksha and Go Puja because as Vandana Shiva said, an ecological civilization is nurtured and sustained by the cows most easily, by all herbivorous animals, but very easily and very with the minimum labor, if one comparatively, relatively speaking, relative to other herbivorous animals, it is like it is cows, it is cattle, and the cattle actually are integral to Brahminical culture, because Brahminical culture requires, performance, a lot of sacrifices and things like that. All these dravyas or things which are required for sacrifices, which we read about in the, in the section on karma yoga that we read. For karma kanda activities, you need the dravyas that are needed, the things that are needed. Actually, most of them come from cows, and these cows, they cannot be like, I was listening to a class which said that these cannot be from, cows which are artificially reared. They have to be cows which are indigenous to a particular area, so that they can develop to their full potential and offer cow products which are therefore of the top quality, and they have to be happy cows. So cows are therefore integral part of the families of